Leon Edwards is still disappointed at the fact that he never got to fight Jorge Masvidal. In a recent interview with MMAfighting.com, Leon said that was the fight to make after the Ben Askren fight. That was the fight to make straight away, but for some reason they didn't want to make it. I think at UFC 287 he showed his age. He's what, 37 or 38? He looked slow in there. He got fatigued within a round or so. I don't think either of them looked great, him or Gilbert. Gilbert was just the better man that night, but I think it's probably good for him to retire. That's the one that got away. That's the one I wished happened. The one that fans wished happened. Everyone wishes that fight happened. For some reason the UFC didn't want to make it, or tried to make it and Masvidal turned it down. That's the fight that definitely got away for sure. I wanted to put a beating on him, looking like that or whatever he looked like, even after Askren. I just wanted to put a whooping on him and that was it. Whether it was the best Jorge or not, technically he's just not as good as me. He's not better than me. I just wanted to put a beating on him, but sadly, I won't get the chance in the octagon. Aljamain Sterling recently did a Q&A on his YouTube channel. He discussed the notion of Sean O'Malley becoming the next Conor McGregor. Aljo doesn't think it's going to happen.
Sometimes when people say certain things and it sounds like they believe everything that they're saying, it gets really wacky. Specifically what I'm talking about is Tim Welch saying, like when Ariel asked him, does he think that the UFC would rather him be the face of the bantamweight division or be the champ?
Sean.
The face,
yeah.
And I agree. I do think that the UFC does want that. But then when he started going into like his reasonings of why and start calling himself like this knockout artist, and not saying he never knocked anybody out, but it's just very different now that he's swimming with the big boys in the deep end. We just haven't quite seen this magic knockout wannabe knockoff from McGregor, you know what I mean? Like that was like the trajectory that he was on, but for some reason it's just like people just don't got the formula of the juice to be Conor. Like, no disrespect, like I give respect. I think it's pretty noticeable that I give respect where it's due, right? So I go, anytime this man has stepped in there with a shark in the deep end, he's been chewed up for the most part every single time. And maybe not say chewed up. Well, Cheeto, he got flatlined. You ever see a domino, how you just topple it over and it just falls and it goes, meh? That
was his injury.
That's terrible.
He's still undefeated, I forgot.
Bro, it's not even a real loss.
Yeah, it's not, because he kicked his leg. Dude, you lost. You step in there, you didn't get your hand raised.
That's the deal.
You lost.
That was the deal always.
It's like what I want to tweet to Henry right now, like him still talking about this and saying like whatever about the fight, and I just want to go, bro, you lost. Going back to what we were saying originally is the fact that O'Malley, anytime he's fought the top of the competition, like he had a really questionable win over Petr Yan. And again, I know people said my fight with him was close, but they were two polar opposites of close. Like, he did nothing to me. I did everything to him.
To Yan.
Yeah, to Yan. And then you have them with O'Malley and Yan having this really close fight where
like a different
no
close.
one really knows who really won the fight. Because it's so
they both
split
hurt
down the
each other
middle.
so much.
So bad.
Yeah.
There's no like, well, you could give it to him because of this. Well, you can make the same points of that argument and give it to the other guy and give him, like we just watched it again and not trying to be biased. I was like, damn, what was I watching when we did our breakdowns? Like, I feel like Yan won this fight.
Conor McGregor is at the F1 in Monaco.
Then shut your trap.
Israel Adesanya is confident Robert Whittaker will defeat Dricus du Plessis, as he says he's open to the trilogy with Rob. He went on to say, I tried to do Dricus du Plessis in the f***ing Death Star. I tried. Maybe not International Fight Week because it was already booked, but I tried it later on. I was like, f*** it. Give him to me. It's already there. What's the point? Why wait? This is the game we play. F***, I just realized it is 3 rounds. Percentage? I say Rob can probably finish it. I'd say Rob can probably get him out of there in the 2nd round, or just beat him up for 3 rounds. Dricus' only chance, I don't like to say there's no way, because there's always a way, but he can't outlast Rob. I think Rob will be faster than him, fitter than him, so he might just have to make it ugly, because Rob can fight ugly as well, so we'll see. Honestly, 70% chance Whittaker wins, but I really want Dricus. On a potential trilogy with Rob, Izzy continued, "No, it doesn't bother me. I think there's another story there. It's in a new city in Australia, another stadium. I'm sure. This one, it will be a nice day. I like it in Sydney. It will be a sunshiny day." Alexander Volkanovski believes we will see another fight between Israel Adesanya and Alex Pereira. On the MMA Fan podcast, Volk said, "I think it will happen. I think it's just not something that's going to happen right away. Obviously, 3 fights back-to-back isn't always good. Like, we've seen it before, but you don't really want them like that. So for them to agree, if Pereira wants to go up, say win the light heavyweight title, and then they fight for like champ, like obviously the fight could be massive. Whether that's what the UFC is planning on doing, I don't know. I do think that would be pretty clever." Robert Whittaker on the MM Arcade podcast reacts to a hilarious letter from a fan.
Joshua.
I'm just going to call you Josh. Josh says,
Josh. All right.
"I love Rob. I love Rob. Can't wait to see him smash or get smashed by Dricus because there is no guarantee in MMA." And I just had to think to myself, like, what do you mean? They're 2 very different outcomes. Like, why are you happy seeing both?
Dude's out here speaking like Khabib.
Mate,
Smash or get smashed.
Absolutely, like, he's just happy to be here. Just happy to be here. Doesn't care what happens. I don't know why
That
he
is
started with "I love
hilarious.
Rob." You should say, like, "I love Smash." But
Francis Ngannou accuses the UFC of playing a quote-unquote dirty game with him. Francis says they wanted to freeze him out. He said, "What I was asking for at first was, can I have a fight? Because I had an 8-fight contract and I wanted to fulfill that contract. But they wouldn't allow me to since I wasn't going to sign another contract because they know that if I fulfill that contract, I'm automatically free. They used some kind of dirty game there, freeze me out. They knew how much I was getting paid per fight. It wasn't much at all, a few pennies. They knew I couldn't make a living out of it, so I had to come back and accept that contract. That was after the Junior Dos Santos fight in June of 2019. One of the things that was hard about that as well was the pressure they were putting on. I'm just me, and they are them. They are massive." And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post future ones. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one's in reference to Dana White getting backlash on his social media regarding Power Slap. It says, "Oh my god, what a roast session. That guy cleaned my gutters the other day, killed me." The second one's from Heath Robinson. It says, "Whatever happened to Hamzat being so active? What's this guy fight like once a year now?" And the final one says, "It's funny because before the Leon fight, Usman was pound for pound an absolutely unstoppable monster, etc. And now hearing people dismissively talk about him just shows you that McGregor was correct when he said, the sport has the highest of highs and the lowest of lows, and it's all about what have you done for me lately." He was completely spot on. Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured on the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. If you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen to get caught up. And make sure to go subscribe to our second channel where we post our exclusive MMA interviews.